So they say there's Arya hears two people plotting against her father. One of them is Varys. The other one is the guy that was working with Dany in
Illyrio.
Yes, and that was not two things. One, my interpretation wasn't that they were plotting against Ned. That's not how I understood the conversation. Two, what were they talking about? Because in the hindsight that we have 7 seasons later, I don't know what their plan is. Like, I don't know.
I was confused how they got the dragon skeleton in there because there's no room in there, but that's what I was focusing on.
Did they put him down there and then build the doors? Like, what's the situation?
Yeah, did they kill it down there? Was it a baby and it grew up in there? I don't know. What I was pretty much hung up on
I'm assuming that was the dragons that were lined the halls that don't any longer.
But we're assuming now, and we don't know.
It's dragon skulls from when the Targaryens were in charge.
Yeah.
That's what's down there.
But overall, no, we watched this episode. You guys missing out if you're not doing our live watch-alongs. We watched this one and the following episode as well. And it was a treat.
Yes.
It was a blast. Seeing Ned get hurt really makes me upset, I'll tell you what. I think hopefully that's okay in the next couple episodes. He gets just a chance to rest. I'd appreciate that. But what do you think, Trisha? How was this episode for you? The Wolf and the Lion.
It was good. It's certainly, it's the Wolf and the Lion. So we're building tension between the Starks and the Lannisters and kind of seeing how that's going to play out. I don't feel like when you go through the first couple episodes, that's the war you think you're going to see necessarily.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that you think like, oh man, the Lannisters are the bad guys and the Starks are the good guys. I've got it figured out. I don't think that we think 5 episodes in that we're going to be like, oh no, legit, they're going to go to war. Like they're just all going to straight up murder each other and not care. But I mean, that's where we're getting. And it's interesting during the rewatch now, seeing the puppet masters at play here. Seeing Varys and Littlefinger and paying a lot more attention to what they say, because I feel like both the book and the series do this expertly, where Littlefinger and Varys are kind of set up almost to be brush-off characters. Like, I feel like the first time you read through, the first time you watch through, you're paying attention to what they say, but nowhere near the level that on a rewatch you're like, what did they mean by that? Like that's so, like, you brought up the conversation between Varys and Illyrio, and you're like, he had his hands in that too.
Seriously, but that's an honest question I have. What at this point is Varys' plan?
He's helping the kingdom. He's there for the realm.
Yeah, but like
that's what he's saying.
That's for the realm.
No, but seriously, I'm asking, like, what is he? So is he trying to get rid of everybody else so Dany can come in? Like, what's the
realm? My God. You know what? That's a good question.
He doesn't say it in this episode, but he says it in a couple episodes we'll talk about soon, that he is for the good of the realm, not to any house allegiance.
Yeah.
But as of right now, we don't know that. But that scene between him and Littlefinger, like you brought up, it's amazing. So and it's just like, if I was just overhearing this, I'd be like, maybe I should leave King's Landing. But just based on these two.
That might be my favorite scene in all of Game of Thrones.
It's amazing.
In all of the seasons, in all of everything. Is that Peter Varys scene. Oh, God, it's so good. Like, we talk about a lot. We've talked about, when discussing Game of Thrones and the series, of what makes the series so good. And yes, we all love the gigantic battles. We love the dragons. We love the spectacle. But really what makes the series so good is the small interplay between the characters and how expertly that's done. And this, between Peter and Varys, this above all else does it for me, is they are the two that are controlling everything. I mean, maybe with the exception of Bran time traveling theories, but really, Peter and Varys are controlling everything at this point, and every word they say,
poorly, by the way,
could mean different things.
They're controlling things poorly.
Are they, though, for what their motivation is?
Especially in later episodes, there's certain like, hey, this is how this is going to go, and then people like Joffrey are erratic and you can't plan for and do things that's like, well, okay. I mean, they're still smart enough to make it work, but it's not really part of the plan per se.
No, but they adapt. The plan is, I think Varys' plan is to adapt and survive. I think that's always been his plan. So I think he has his fingers in everything. He puts himself in a position where no matter who comes out on top, he's still favorable. I think that's his game. I don't know that he's necessarily like, let's get the Targaryens back, or, let's put the Starks up. He doesn't care who's in power. All he cares about is that he is okay.